music.
How's it going, guys? Your boy Salty Uchiha, red-haired Kaneki, 2/3 of the Golden Triangle, Anime Late Night Podcast. Yeah, shouts out to Senju. Here to do Dragon Ball Super episode 125 anime review. Yeah, got that Bleach OBS going on in the background. Hope you guys like it. And yeah, man, what'd you think about the episode, bro?
You know, I'm just saying, bro, Toppo was kind of lame, you know, shit. Frieza beat the shit out of him, right?
That's what I thought was gonna happen. Goddamn, Frieza got penetrated.
Shit, yo.
Jesus Christ.
Frieza, shit, Jesus Christ.
That hurt to watch.
I don't even know. I don't know what to say. Like, I feel bad.
Like how Toppo put his hands in his little ear, like his little head holes on the side and shit, squeezed. Like, oh god.
I feel bad, but Frieza, you were too confident, my dude.
Yeah, way too confident, my dude.
I'd be like, oh.
Exactly.
God, destruction. I'm golden.
Toppo was like, look at the symbols on my chest.
Frieza.
He made fresh squeezed Frieza juice. That's exactly what that was.
You might have fucked up.
Yeah, he done fucked up bad. God dog, man, that shit hurt to watch. I will say though that just seeing like some of the screenshots, you gotta see it throughout the video of Toppo like going in on Frieza. Like, you know that one shot where Frieza does the destruction. We're skipping ahead, but yeah, I'm just doing this for comedic. Yeah, he does a death ball, and then dude just goes ahead and sends a pea at it, and it blows up, and then Toppo shows up in it. I saw a meme last night on Twitter where someone was like, when you haven't been able to chill with your girl for the past month, and then she asks you to come over and Netflix and chill, and you're just like, I was like, whoa!
Wow.
I was so gangster. Yeah, Toppo's on that bullshit. Now, with that being said, well, I'll say that for speculations, but the fact that you guys have Jiren and you have a God of Destruction candidate on your team is kind of shitty.
Yeah.
Kind of shitty. All right, guys, so...
Yo, you know a lot of Toppo haters gonna be salty.
I mean, I'm not too salty at it. I mean, yeah. We didn't see him do a dab in his new form, though.
No, not yet.
Not yet, exactly. All right, guys, so basically the episode starts off with...
Like, that's like, can you imagine, like, if he did, like, the Justice dab, and he, like, actually did this, like, shockwave just then.
Wow. It's not even called the Justice dab anymore. Remember, Justice is worthless now. It's the Destruction dab.
Yeah.
The
imagine,
DD.
Like, imagine, like, when he does that, and, like, everything in front of it just, like, gets destroyed.
That'd be
like...
fucking hilarious. Can't wait for you to make that one. So basically the episode starts... I'm going to skip around a little bit, but basically what the episode starts is 17 doing his best to... 17 doing his best against Toppo. I will say the thing that Toppo did with his eyes when he was taking the energy spears,
yeah.
And he had the kind of... And, like, you saw how, like, those specks were going around, and he was waiting for the opening. That was kind of sick. But, 17 and Toppo are basically going back and forth with it. It's 17 realizes that it's best to keep Toppo at range, and he goes for a retreat. Then seeing Toppo run when he's pudgy is funny. It's like trying to see Cartman like chase somebody down. It's kind of hilarious. But he runs. Toppo starts chasing after him, and then 17 catches a look at the pillar, and he's like, "What do you say? 6 minutes?"
Yeah.
He's like, "There's about 6 minutes and counting." So my man turns around and just goes ahead and starts shooting at him. And Toppo's like, "You really think this energy is gonna be enough to kill me or defeat me?" He's like, "Nope," but it's still part of the plan.
Yeah.
So Krillin's like, you know, Krillin's like the ultimate cheerleader. He's basically like, "Yeah, see, he's attacking him," and Piccolo's like, "Stop." Yeah, no. Oh, it's sure. Well, then his wife hit him first, but he was like, "No." He's like, "It's not doing any damage." And then 17 comes in with the pimp hand and is like, "That's the whole plan. Remember, we have limitless energy."
Yeah.
So all she has to do is hold him out until time runs out. Which, you know, essentially was a good strategy. Or it might have been if Toppo's back was against the wall, maybe it would have worked out, maybe. I don't know. While he was able to move around, it wasn't the best strategy. Well, anyway, as that was going on, apparently our boy Frieza decides to jump down. It's like, "Justice, it's weak." And just started basically lighting fucking Toppo's back up.
Yeah.
"What's your name?" Choo, choo, choo.
Wow.
Oh man, this shit was brutal. And just lit Toppo the hell up until basically, because you know that there was a large beam battle between 17 and Toppo.
Yeah.
Frieza comes in, basically lights his back up and shit. Then Frieza was like, "You know what, this is boring if you're not gonna actually do anything." And he's like, "I'll finish you quickly. I'll try not to kill you." Throws that massive beam at his back, and Toppo gets overtaken by 17's and just gets cleaned up. I was hoping he would get knocked out. but no such plan. And Whisk was like, no, we don't do false hope around here.
Now you look at the time.
Yeah, exactly.
He's not there yet.
He's like, he's not there yet. You see Toppo unconscious, by the way. He looked like he was unconscious. And he was like, boom, and just fell to the ground and shit. Frieza pops up into the mix and was like,
where's your justice now?
And I was like, look at you. You look like a weak little bitch.
And Toppo, he's like, Frieza was like, oh, I'm sorry that I ripped your justice uniform.
Yeah, your justice uniform. Look at it, it's all tattered and everything now. Looks like it belongs in the trash.
And Toppo would stand up like a real ninja.
Like a real G, yeah.
And he's like, justice doesn't matter now.
Nope. And then
it's about survival.
It's about survival. And then that's when, like, Toppo's whole form changed. Like, he's not that pudgy little meatball no more.
Nah, bro, he got like 12 packs now.
Yeah, dude, he filled out. And then, like, when he's like, I've made my decision. And that shit was so relevant that Jiren,
who was around like, oh, so you decided.
You decided Toppo. And Vegeta and Goku are like, what the fuck was that? Next thing you know, dude goes through that crazy transformation. You saw that crazy beam. I don't know what Frieza saw. I think I saw what Frieza saw. I did not see anything that I thought voted confidence. Yes. Oh, yes. Actually, it's more of a violent. But, I don't know what Frieza saw that thought he was going to be okay, but dude transformed and shit, and shit got crazy after that. And Frieza was like, no big deal. Then Toppo goes and is like, destroy. Yeah. He did the one-handed joint, and,
I know, like, Frieza did the finger beams. And
oh, right.
It went through, it got destroyed.
It just got destroyed immediately, yeah. And then that's when Toppo did destroy with the one-hand destroy. And he was like, I've already done this before. He got a flashback of back when Universe 9's bitch ass tried to hit him with some shit.
Oh, boy.
Next thing you know, Frieza, at first it stopped, and I was like, oh shit, Frieza might got this.
One hand.
And then it started to just engulf him, and I was like, the last one didn't do that. And Frieza's like, no, I reject this. I am golden. Exactly. And then that was it. Like essentially he disappeared. The void itself changed.
Yo, we thought he died.
Yeah, we thought he died. We straight the hell up thought he was dead. I was like,
fuck, where did Frieza go?
And the funny thing was, not only did I think he was dead, but I was like, I already had the cover story for Toppo. I was like, oh, they can't eliminate Toppo because Frieza was already dead. So theoretically, you can't actually, like, it's not a disqualification. And that's when 17 basically, like, he changed, well, first off, he changed the way the void looks.
Yeah.
That was crazy. Like,
but the thing is, the void is supposed to be the void. Like,
yeah, but he literally changed it though. Like Frieza, I mean, sorry, Krillin said just the sky, but in truth, he changed the whole void. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like to actually be able to not transmutate, because that's the worst type of wording for it. But for him to literally be able to redo the void essentially and actually change it, and make it something different. And the void's already supposed to be nothingness. So you turned nothingness into something. That's ridiculous.
Do you not know the law of fucking matter? Alright? Cannot be created or destroyed. Shit, I studied a lot of chemistry last night.
Yeah, I know. Like I said, energy transfers from one thing to another. But still!
That's kind of ridiculous.
It was dope. It was
kind of ridiculous.
It was kind of dope.
It's kind of ridiculous.
It was kind of dope, though. It was still kind of dope.
Alright? But no one can do that, alright? Except for Goku Black.
Sir Isaac Newton. He tried to make the Philosopher's Stone. I've got documentation on that. Alright, my bad. Anyway, point is this. So Frieza basically gets cleaned up, the whole void changes, and Toppo looks down and he's like, you can stop hiding. The 17's like, yeah, I needed to just work out my strategy, bro. There's no way I'm coming at you just straight up like that. And next thing you know, Toppo just starts going destroy. Dude, you're supposed to be trying to beat him, not destroy him.
I don't know what's Toppo thinking. Like,
I don't know. It was full. He went full Suicide Squad. Like, he really did.
Is he about to, like, just kill everyone? Shit.
I don't know. But with that being said, we saw that one energy blast that he, as 17 was trying to make his escape, he did the hand beam to go ahead and make it out of the way.
Yeah.
Toppo throws that energy beam right at that destruction ball. That's gonna look dope in the video game when he becomes a DLC character. I guarantee it. But you see, you basically see him shoot an energy ball up to where the stadium's at, where everybody's observing it, and everybody starts to freak the hell out. And Beerus is like, "No, just be still and be calm." Yeah. And that shit just went up and floated past them. I don't know if that was like God of Destruction energy. Maybe it can't work on another God of Destruction.
Or maybe he just doesn't have control.
Maybe. So whatever it was, and he was like, then Beerus was like, haha, I just had to be sure. And apparently Toppo needs to actually charge the attack before doing it. He can't just send it out just like everybody else can. But he's a candidate, so I would expect him not to have everything under control yet. But let's go back to his and then we see 17 basically go like basically crank his speed up and starts hitting Toppo from all directions, and it did nothing. It just bounced off of him. And we end up finding out later that he's actually using some of his destruction energy to actually coat his body. So anything that touches him automatically just disintegrates, energy included, which was a dope ability. I haven't seen anybody actually use it, at least not up to that moment. But at the same time, though, too, you have to completely fight him from a distance, and then you have to try to find an opening, which is just disgusting in its own right.
And 17, spear got broken through, bro.
Yeah, his the barrier, which Toppo had commented on that earlier on in the match, where he said that pesky barrier. Next thing you know, God of Destruction energy just got rid of that. So it makes you wonder: is the power of a God of Destruction based on the power of the individual?
I'm guessing so.
So there you go on that. So maybe that's why that technique is the way it is, or maybe all gods of destruction can do the whole destruction barrier around themselves, and maybe just most of them just don't do it. Maybe they just don't have the energy for it.
Or they just choose not to.
Maybe. I was just throwing it out there. Let's see. Jiren looks on with anticipation. He's basically just peeping game on the fight. Before that, actually, I'm skipping ahead a little bit. When Jiren was initially facing Goku and Vegeta, they tried to basically do Radix for the third time and shit, because Vegeta's like, don't tell him what to do, which is hilarious. I love that shit.
And
so
Jiren just like, what the fuck is that?
Pretty much, like the strategy was they're basically supposed to go at Jiren. Vegeta breaks off, charges Final Blast, or Final Flash. Sorry, Final Flash. Goku basically flips over him, tries to grab him in not necessarily a full Nelson, but certainly like in an arm hold. Yeah. And
hey, bro, at least he grabbed him. Shit.
I mean, that's true, but even still. So Final Flash is sent out. So Jiren was like, no. Looks at it with the eye, whatever that eye technique is, the barrier. Yeah. Stops that shit. He sits there. Hip tosses Goku over, kicks him in the ribs, throws him down, and then punches him to Vegeta. And then they go through like four pillars and shit, or boulders. And they're like, this guy's a monster. And Goku's like, I know. It's like, but that's what makes it exciting. Next thing you know, there's another conversation that was going on in the barrier, where they initially thought that Toppo might have been eliminated. So they're like, so Gohan's like, okay, well then all we have left is Jiren, and
nope.
Yeah, obviously that was a no. But the way at the time Krillin was starting to lose hope. Gohan's like, trust in Vegeta and my father, they'll get it done. And he's like, I believe. This is Naruto and shit. I feel like another YouTuber's gonna jump out of nowhere with some shit. Anyway, next thing you know, we ended up Beerus is like Goku's son. I mean, Gohan, I acknowledge you. Thank you, Sama!
Wow.
Goku's over on the side peeping game like, I'm proud. And Vegeta's like, how dare you look away from the fight, motherfucker? You not see the monster that's in front of us?
Hey, bro.
He's like, I'm good. He's like, then Vegeta's like, you know what? Why don't you go ahead and just take a breather? You look like you need a break. I'll handle this shit. It's like, no, man, I'm good. It was hilarious. Toppo's just, his power's ridiculous, man. Especially at the very end too, where it's.
If going by your theory though, if you want Vegeta to be God Destruction, would it make Goku like a version of Jiren?
Kinda, actually. Yeah.
So Vegeta's gonna become Toppo?
It's starting to shape up that way.
Is it gonna do the Saiyan dab?
Wow. I don't know. Well, we'll have to see. But I'm glad that it's gonna be, which I guess we'll get into the previews now. Well, no, actually, let me finish the ending up.
Shit, this might even bring, if Vegeta is gonna fight Toppo, it might bring him to Ultra.
It might. So at the end of the episode, basically, Toppo's like, I respect you for making it this far, but it has to end now. And 17's like, I agree. And basically 17 sends off another energy blast. Toppo does destruction ball again, and then that's pretty much how that works out. We didn't actually see the conclusion. They left us there. Now, in the previews for 126, we see that we see that 17 gets basically manhandled and whatnot, and then we see Vegeta come into the mix. Speaking of which, Frieza, I did leave that out on purpose. Frieza, initially, after we thought Frieza got eliminated, Frieza actually shows back up.
Yeah.
One eye closed and shit, all bruised up, and he's like, Toppo's like, oh, you actually survived. So, you meant to kill him, Toppo? What are you doing? You were that mad because he didn't sit there and cut your little costume up? Whatever.
Bro.
Anyway, whatever. So, and actually, you got to admit too, the costume, since the costume's so flexible, it actually changed to his new form. That's kind of cool. Anyway, kind of like the Incredibles, Disney's shit, or Pixar's, whatever. Anyway, so basically, Frieza's like, he's like, I'm gonna destroy you and live up to your namesake. Wow, really? Just right in the street, huh, bro? That's right in the street. Just don't care, huh? All right, anyway.
Wow. Goddamn savage.
Exactly. Anyway, look at that, all that shit. Anyway, he basically is like, I'm gonna destroy you. And Toppo's like, go ahead, have your best shot at it. But then Frieza's like, goes in and does the, basically the planet ender, essentially is what he's doing. Throws that shit. My man fucking hit him with the little pea shit. Like, so disrespectful. He said what looked like the size of a pea, just flicked it with his thumb. Like,
oh yeah, because Frieza's like, this is the power that can destroy
the
a planet.
Yeah. Toppo was like, flick of the wrist, says that shit, destroys that shit. And that's, Toppo's all in his grill and shit. Just beat. Oh my god.
Not one, not two. Give him a fucking goddamn combo.
Yeah, dog. He cleaned his ass up. Jesus Christ. Then picked him up, and he was like, I could destroy you right now if I wanted to.
The trash belongs in the trash, right?
Yeah, exactly. He's like, I could destroy you right now if I wanted to, but I don't want to get disqualified. Even though you thought yourself, Toppo, he was dead. You thought yourself he was dead. Whatever. Anyway, and basically squeezes his head until dude passes out, puts him to the ground, kicks him, and 17 with the clean ass save.
Throw a rock.
Skip the rock off Frieza's ass. Has Frieza fall off the side and lands on.
He's still floating around.
Yeah, so. He's on the crater, so that's gonna come to play later. And 17 was like, I actually meant to throw that at you, Toppo, but I missed. Arm slip. And so at the end, so when we look at the next episode, looks like 17's gonna get cleaned up. It looks like he's gonna get eliminated, but I don't think he will. And Vegeta, for some reason, breaks away from the fight with Jiren and decides to focus on Toppo, which is what I'm glad. I want that. This is the fight that we should all really want as it pertains to Vegeta and Toppo. But the narrative is that Vegeta might be putting his life on the line to finish this off. Theoretically, they still have the number game, being that's 4-2. Yeah. But I'm scared, Vegeta. I'm very scared. Anything? Any thoughts that you want to throw in there before we get into speculation?
Shit, it might end up being a tie, because
flick of the wrist.
If Vegeta, okay, I don't know where you're going, bro. I don't know, if Vegeta's last until the end, and Goku's still fighting Jiren, that's still Frieza just floating around.
And the Frieza's still floating around too, yeah.
So they might just end up being like, oh, I guess I got more people, so.
Yeah. There's only 5 minutes left.
Yeah. Or Frieza might end up coming back with some fucking, I don't know, a little bit of God energy and shit.
Maybe. Anything else about it?
Nah.
Alright, guys. So this was our review for Dragon Ball Super episode
kind of long.
125. Yeah. Anime review. Thank you very much for listening in. I know we were kind of all over the place. Wow, it's been a while since we've done like a 19-minute video. Speculations and discussions for 125, 126 will come on next. Thank you guys very much for listening in. I hope to have some Dragon Ball Super up on the gaming channel soon. Also, there will be a Pound Cake showcase for Anime Late Night Backdoor. It will be 17. I was going to do initially 21, but
17
or 18. Wow, good shit.
That's a big difference.
Wow, my bad. Good call. Yeah, it's going to be 18. Thank you. Initially, it was going to be 21, but that age thing is kind of a problem. Yeah. Anyway, doesn't mean we won't still do it, though. Anyway, guys, thank you guys very much for listening in. 18, not 17, my fault. I'll tell you later. Peace. Thank you for catching that, because that'd have been bad. That'd have been bad.